Okie dokie. I think we're live. Facebook has changed the live thing, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. So I'm assuming that I am live, and it's all working, and everything is good. So this is episode number 5 in the Struggle series, and it's all about boredom. Given the current lockdown situation, I think it's a particularly poignant topic. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on boredom today. So boredom in itself is a tough one. There's so many different schools of thought around it. You've got philosophers that have been writing about it for thousands of years. You've got psychologists that have dug into it as a topic, human behavior specialists. There's all kinds of different ways of looking at it. But for me, there's a couple of different ways of considering boredom. On a base level, it's a level of understimulation. And the reasons why can vary depending on the context. Some people are naturally restless and like to jump from one thing to the other. And then other people tend to struggle to understand what it is that they actually find satisfying enough to stick to it. So there are people that jump about naturally, and there are people that just don't really understand what they actually want to stick to something long enough to see it through. Some people aren't even bored at all. They confuse absence of activity with boredom, which, funnily enough, most of us could actually do with a little bit more absence of activity, particularly in the modern world where everything is go, 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 and we're always so busy. As a general rule, we're always led to believe that we need to have something to do, and if we're not doing something, then we must be bored. And being bored, therefore, is a bad thing, and you must go find something to do, because if you don't, you're lazy and people are going to think bad of you. And that's not the case. Often, boredom can actually be a part of getting good at something. When you take on a new skill, and in the beginning, you're going to find it really challenging, and that can be highly stimulating for your brain. But as you become more proficient and you create the neural pathways and you repeat it and it gets easier, you're not as stimulated. So you might feel like you're getting bored. But that's the moment when you're trading stimulation for efficiency. So you're getting good. It's becoming easy. And when you actually start to recognize that, you can completely shift your perspective around the activity. And when you do that, you open yourself up to new possibilities around how to take what you thought was boring and then take it up to another level. Okay, so you can take that easy skill that was becoming perceived as boring to something completely different. So if I give you an example, with some of the kickboxing stuff I teach, we always start with a jab and a reverse punch, and that's very, very easy. But even at a high level, we're drilling the brown belts and the higher people to get really good at that, and they think it's boring, but it's because they're getting good at it. And once they start getting good at it, you can then learn to apply it in different ways. So you can learn to apply it on angles. You can learn to apply it with forward movements. You can learn to apply it with pivots. You can learn to apply it with steps to change the footwork. There's loads of things that you can do once you've mastered that basic skill. And in mastering that basic skill, you are going to experience some level of boredom. So if you are experiencing boredom when you're doing something, it probably means you're good at it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you need to level it up a bit and try something more challenging. And then on the other hand, if you're experiencing perceived boredom in the absence of activity, then it's worth considering what you would actually like to feel instead. So you're feeling bored, but how would you rather feel? Because then you can go and do something that would give you that feeling, something that would bring about that feeling in your life. For example, if you want to go to the gym, but it's closed, a step towards that would be finding an online workout to do. And sometimes what you actually want to feel and the action that would induce that is not necessarily an action you could take right now. Sometimes circumstances are outside of your control, but you could take a small step towards it. You could do something around that, no matter how small it is. And if we go even deeper, on an even deeper level, sometimes boredom is just a mask and a means of self-preservation. It's a desire to go and do something instead of having to be alone with yourself, with your own thoughts, your own feelings. And at the end of the day, that is a sign that you need to do some inner work and you need to get comfortable with yourself. And when that happens, boredom is no longer a cover. It's no longer an issue. It can only ever become a sign of improvement or a sign that you need a little bit more. So next time you feel yourself getting bored and you feel it creeping in, ask yourself, is it because I'm getting really good at what I'm doing and it's easy? Or is it because I need to direct my creative and physical energy something? Or is it because I'm just afraid to be alone with myself? So you've got 3 potential avenues. So if you're doing an action and you're bored, it's probably because you're getting good and you need to step it up. If you're not doing something and you've got that restless energy, you probably need to go and do something creative or physical. Or if you don't feel like doing anything, it's probably just because you're uncomfortable with yourself. Those 3 questions can tell you a lot about yourself. So with all of that said, I have something for you to direct your energy towards anyway. On Saturday, so this Saturday, which I believe is the 28th, I am going to be holding a seminar for ladies just like you, and it's going to be at 12 o'clock UK time, and it's called the 3 Secrets to Success. I wish I'd given it an easier to pronounce title. It's called the 3 Secrets to Success, How to Thrive in Turbulent Times. And if you are a female and you're interested in leveling up, you are invited, okay? I'm going to be covering how to achieve a clear head and focused thinking, abundant energy, and a happy heart and fearless feelings. It's going to be really powerful stuff, and it's going to be under 30 minutes, okay? It's not going to be one of those hours and hours and hours where you sit there getting bored to death. That is a sign of boredom. But it's going to be real quick, powerful stuff, and you're not going to want to miss it. So if you do want to do that, I recommend you hit the link in the comments and join us in the Limitless group, okay? Because it's going to go on live in there. And if you're not a member of the group, you're not going to get access to it. If you can't make it live, but you still want to see it and join in, the replay will go up along with all the worksheets and everything else. So that's all going to be available for you to work through at a time that suits you. So jump on in the group. I'm going to pop the comment in now. So that's the group link. Join us, I'll get you approved, and then I'll see you on Saturday for the live. Other than that, that's it, guys. Stay safe, stay inside, and I hope to see you in the group.